podcast. Got a couple minutes? I want to talk to you about something. Now, what I want to talk to you about this time is about how you can lose but actually be winning. How you can lose but actually be winning. Let me give you a couple stories. And if you've been listening to my podcast, one of my podcasts, you or you're a long time listener to one of my podcasts, you probably heard this story before, but the new people, there's a lot of new people coming on. So I'm gonna do it. This is something that happened to me a long time ago. I was in the supermarket minding my business. It was a beautiful lady. I had a girlfriend at the time. I got in a conversation with her, wasn't trying to do anything, and I would run into her at the supermarket all the time, and we'd have conversations. Once again, wasn't romantically interested, had a girlfriend. But it had gotten back to somebody from my neighborhood, a big, strong, angry dude who liked to fight, that S was talking to your girl, man. You gonna let him get away with that? S trying to get your girl, man. You gonna let him get away with that? But S was not trying to get his girl. S was having a conversation with somebody that he saw in the supermarket all the time. So by the time it goes from S is talking to your girl, innocently, by the way, by the time it gets to all of these people and gets back to Captain Big Boy, it's like S married your girl in a Vegas ceremony, and they had 27 children, and got divorced, and got married again. Yeah, that's right. By the time it got to him, something that was completely innocent was incredibly horrible. So I'm chilling, I'm walking around the neighborhood. There's a bunch of people I know. Hey, what's going on? Hey, what's going on? And I see him, don't think much of it, see him all the time. And then all of a sudden, Captain Big Boy looks at me. You trying to get with my girl, huh? Trying to take what's mine, huh? I'ma bust you up. You put the hands up, and I'm looking at him like, what is he talking? I think he's talking to somebody behind me. Then he goes, no, you little man, because to him I was a little man. To you right there, Jack, I'ma bust you up. Huh? And that's actually what I said. Huh? What did I do? You gotta get with my girl. You was with my girl. You were married my girl, had 12 kids with my girl last week. You gonna kick your behind. I'm gonna bust you up. But I didn't do anything. I didn't barely know. In fact, I don't even know what the lady's name was. I mean, she might have told me the first time we met. We had conversations, but I don't really remember what her name was. That's how unimportant our relationship was. Didn't matter to him. I'm gonna bust you up, man. Now, when you see somebody, another guy comes up and tells you he's going to kick your butt or bust you up, you don't want to fight. If you're somebody like me that doesn't want to get into that, but if I have to, I'm gonna put my hands up and it's gonna be what it is. But when it's somebody as big as this dude is, you don't want to put your hands up. You want to put your hands down on the ground in the sprinting position to get the heck out of there. But younger version of me can't allow that to happen. There's too many people around. I can't run away. I can't do that. I can't be a punk, right? So what happened? I'm staring at this guy, and the only thing I'm thinking about is I'm gonna die. That's literally what I'm thinking, right? But in all honesty, I'm just thinking about how do I minimize the damage to myself? Because I'm going to get hit. There's no way in the world I can get through this without getting hurt, maybe even injured, maybe injured badly because this dude is huge and I have no choice. And this is not going to just a fight between two guys. This is a guy who thinks I'm with his girl, so this this is going to be bad. The only thing going through my mind is guard the places that you don't want to get hurt that badly because your ribs are, you're going to at least have bruised ribs, probably broken ribs, but you got to make sure you don't have orbital damage. You don't want your jaw broken. You don't want your teeth knocked out. You don't want your nose broken, right? If he breaks your forearm, I don't even want to think about it. But at least that'll be enough to stop him. You'll be in the hospital, but that'll be enough to stop him, and he'll go about his business. Here he go. Ah, here he comes. Oh, good Lord. He's big. Here he comes. Bust you up. Fist goes back, and I'm like, oh man. Guard myself. Good shot on the right on the elbow. And he threw a haymaker. Did it hurt? Yeah. But I've been hit harder than that. Is he holding back? I doubt it. He thinks I was with his girl. He's gonna hit me as hard as here comes the next punch. No, he threw his hard. He's a big guy, but he does not know how to throw a punch. Huh. I know how to throw a punch. Let's see if he likes it. Right to the ribs. Bang. Oh. He felt that. As big as he is. He felt that. I'm substantially smaller than this guy. His punches are not, I mean, they hurt, but it ain't like I'm unconscious or anything. I see colors when he hits me, but he's like, I hit him one time in the ribs, and he's like, huh. I don't know if I could win this, but I mean, I could definitely cause some damage. Oh man, I might have to do something to this dude. I might have to Harlem Glow. I might have to do something to this guy. Then I realized, no, you don't want to win this. Think about it. There are people that are seeing this. A guy substantially smaller than Big Boy, whooping him out. What do you think's going to happen next? You know what's going to happen next. He's going to have to retaliate. And all of a sudden, I'm going to be walking around the neighborhood, looking around, looking over my shoulder, wondering when it's going to happen. Right? Maybe because if I whoop him out, he might bring a friend with him. Right? I might get held and hit. You know, he may bring a weapon. I don't know, but I don't want to find out. So what did I decide to do? I decided to lose the fight. I don't want a Pyrrhic victory, a victory that is so damaging that it's not worth it. I don't want that. I don't need that. I don't need to win this fight. I'm here. This is me looking at somebody at my height. This is me looking at this dude. Boom, like that. Hell no. So I lose the fight on purpose. Now, I talked about how you can lose, but actually win. And that's what happened to me because he goes off, yeah, that's right, right? And people come up to me afterwards, yo, man, you did good, man. I got so much bigger than you, man. You held your own, man. You were tough. You pretty, you good, man. You good. You got heart, man. You got heart, brother. You got heart, man. You can throw down a little bit, brother. You can throw down a little, and everybody goes away. So I didn't get, man, my arms a little blacked because I had like knuckle marks on my arms and shoulder, and I got hit in the head a couple times. You know, I didn't look much different the next day. I didn't look like I got beaten up the next day. No big deal. I was able to take care of myself. No problem. But I ran into this dude a few days later when he finally realized S. Anthony didn't do anything to his girlfriend. I hate talking about myself in the third person, but you get the point. I didn't do anything to his girlfriend. I didn't do. So he didn't try to get with you? No, he's just a nice guy I met at the supermarket. He's a funny guy too. You know, he does stand-up comedy. I did. He's funny. He's I didn't know that. I thought you didn't. Did you try to fight that man? Oh well, I remember that. I got in trouble. I ran into him afterward. He apologized, right? But before he apologized, we saw each other like a little bit of a distance, and he gave me that look as if to say, "I know what you did," meaning he knew I could have hurt him, or at the very least, had the fight last longer than it needed to last. Even if I would have lost, which I might have lost, I could have hurt him. I could have lumped him up. Imagine having your face all smacked up and that guy 6 inches shorter than you whooped on you. About 70 pounds lighter than you whooped on you. How you gonna live that down? You're not gonna. But as it turns out, it was all good. We didn't become friends after that, but we became cool. Like, hey man, what's going on, man? We still didn't really know each other's names that because we didn't run across each other that much after a while. But you know, hey man, if I see him now, it's like, hey man, what's going on, man? Hey bro, I don't remember his name, he don't remember mine. But we're both alive. Neither one of us went to the hospital. We're not enemies as middle-aged men, right? So did I really lose even though I lost the fight? No. Sometimes you lose, but you actually really won. I'll give you another story before I wrap this up. Friend of mine, a long time ago, obviously, because at the time his kids were in grade school. And as a comedian at the time, before I retired, long before I retired, he was busy. His wife was busy, but I had been around them so often that I was uncle, I was uncle to the not really uncle, but uncle to the kid. I had been to the school to see like recitals and crap like that. So I kind of got into, a little thing with, I knew the teachers and whatever. Man, I grew up in the same neighborhood. I mean, they weren't my teachers, but, we knew each other, right? So, hey, man, do me a favor, ask, man. Yo, man, my daughter's at school. She did something. Could you go get her, pick her up, man? Pick her up. I said, she's in trouble. No, not really in trouble, but I mean, she did I can't get into the details, mainly because I don't remember all of them. Who's old? Back to the story. So I go, yeah, man, that's cool. I was rehearsing. I didn't have to. I mean, I didn't have the day off, but I mean, my set at the comedy club wasn't until 8. I had two shows that night, so it was like two shows Friday, three shows Saturday, and one show Sunday. So I was cool. It was like early in the week, Monday or Tuesday, something like that. So it was like, hey, no big deal. It's rehearsing, no big deal. I'm like, yeah, I'll go get her. So I pull up to the school, walk into the school. There she is, my fake niece, my play niece, right there. Uncle S has come to pick you up. That's right. And the teacher's looking at her like, I'm like, oh, she must have messed up. Okay, so I walk in there. Um, her parents called me. You're okay. You're the authorized third person in line to pick up the child. You have any identification with you? Yeah, here we go. Okay, that's definitely you. Well, maybe 'cause the parents were a little busy right now, so I'm going to give you the information and you can relay that to them because she, who's normally great girl and normal and does great grades, but she's the last couple of days, last week or so, she's been acting uncharacteristically for her. And she's looking up, right? And she goes, all I said to her was she has to just go and apologize to the teacher for what she says, and she can go home early and she can come back tomorrow. And I'm thinking, okay, what's the problem? Let me talk to her. And keep in mind, I'm fun Uncle S. So basically, every time I see the kid, I walk in the house, their kids come, oh, hey, Dad. They jump on me, hug me. So I don't have any kind of discipline with them. I don't do discipline them. I'm always the fun guy because I'm here, hang a little bit, hey, play a little bit, ha ha ha, ha, and all that kind of crap. But now I'm in the disciplinary role, even though that's not my role to discipline her. And she goes, I'm not apologizing because I don't care. So I go over and talk to the teacher, and I come back and talk to her, and I said, if you just apologize to the teacher, you can literally go home early today. I mean, your parents are probably going to ground you for a week or so, or keep you home this weekend or whatever it is. But if you apologize to the teacher at the very least, I was just, I don't know. And as it turns out, in a couple of weeks, like maybe a couple of weeks after this particular day, she was either supposed to go to a sleepover at one of her friends' houses or go on some kind of trip with him or something like that. And I'm going, don't you have a trip like 2 weeks from now or something like that? Yes. I said, well, do you think that your parents are going to let you go on a trip if you have to do a week suspension after school? When they have to go out of their way after work to come pick you up because you're still sitting there and they got to be embarrassed. You think that? I didn't put it that way. I put it in a more friendly way. I'm talking to you, so I'm saying what I felt. That's not how I said it to the kid, right? I'm not going to apologize. I'm sorry, Unc. I'm not going to apologize. I don't care what she said. I'm not doing it. And all of that crap, right? And she wouldn't apologize. I had to call, get up on the phone. Yeah, she's not going to apologize. She's not going to apologize. She's not. Put her on the phone. Dad, I'm not doing it because I feel I'm right and she is wrong. I'm gonna have your mother call you. Mom calls up. Girl, are you gonna do? I am not doing it, Mom. No. Well, then you're just gonna have to. And she wound up doing a week detention after school. Now, before this, I had said to her, if you just apologize, I don't want them to win. You think they give a crap about whether they keep you with detention? The person who's doing detention is gonna be there whether you're there or not. You're not actually winning by fighting them. You can't beat an authority where their authority is. You can only beat them by outsmarting them, outthinking them, or correcting your behavior. That's the only thing you can do. You can't beat them. I'm sorry, Unc. I can't do it. So she wound up doing a week's detention. The parents had to come pick her up. They alternate days, picking her up, taking her home, mad rides. From what I understand, when they called me up and talked to me about it, I'm sorry. Yes, we didn't mean to send you down there, but I can't believe she didn't just apologize to the teacher. And she wound up getting a week's detention. Oh, I'm sorry. Did I say a week? Because of her histrionics, it was 2 weeks. Am I done with that? Absolutely not, because she got 2 weeks of detention, and her parents gave her bow 4 weeks of grounding because they were mad and she deserved it. So that little trip she was going to go on, guess what? There was an extra chair at the table, an extra seat on the bus, or whatever you want to say, because she didn't get to go. Next time I see her was right after, maybe a week or so after that whole situation, because I was busy. And I didn't get to see, I didn't hang out with my friends at that particular time because I was doing some stuff, and then I saw him. And I come back to the house, and the kids they still run up and hug me. She was the first, but she was like the last. She was kind of like when she came up to me, and she goes, "You were right, Unc." because like I didn't get to go to the thing and my mom and dad were so mad at me and they wanted me to apologize to you for wasting your time because like you took your time out of your busy schedule to come and like um talk to me and you tried to help me and you were very gracious and you didn't. And she looks back at her parents and they're looking at her like, yeah, you better do some more apologizing. And yeah, they give it a look like that ain't enough apologizing. You better throw in some more damn apologizing. And her mother, throw in some more damn apologizing. And in addition to gracious, you were, and she apologized for like another 3 minutes. And I said, all right, I appreciate, I accept your apology, But did you? I'll be honest with you, even though you did, yeah, you took some time out of my schedule to come do something that I wouldn't have had to do if you hadn't acted out. But let me ask you a question. Did you learn something? What do you mean? Did you learn something? What do you mean? I said sometimes you think you lost, but you would have actually won. I was talking to your parents when they grounded you. And just like I said, had you apologized to the teacher and been sent home that one day, you would have been grounded for a week. And the week after that, you would have been on a trip, but you didn't get to go because you thought you would have lost by apologizing. It would have looked like a loss on the outside, but you would have actually what? I would have actually won. Exactly. I appreciate the words when you said you apologized. And I'm sure your parents who are no longer giving you death stares appreciate the fact that you apologized. But I would consider an apology accepted if you correct your behavior. Not just because of me, but because of them. She never did that again. Smart girl. But sometimes as adults, we're not smart. We get into altercations with people. I know people that got, I know guys that got into fights with security guards when they could have just walked out. A bunch of my friends were at a bar, story three, and we're at a bar out of town, not anywhere near our hometown. Guys talking, gets into an altercation with a dude. I'm trying to drag him out. He's going, man, I ain't going no place, man. Now, when I go into a bar in a situation like that, I'm always looking. I grew up in a rough neighborhood, and as he's talking to the guy, I'm looking around and I'm counting. 3, 4, 5, 6. We're in a different town from where we were, where we live. And when you're in a different town from where you live, Jack, you got to realize something. Everybody there knows each other, and they don't know you. And there's a look that people have when they're trying to see what's going on. And then there's a look that people have when they're about to jump in. And no, this is the look you get when somebody's looking at the potential fight like this, they're just curious. But when they look like this, they gonna jump in if there's a fight. My boy wanted to fight this guy. I dragged this dumbass out the place. Why you stop me? Why you stop me? I said, bro, you were so locked in on the dude you wanted to throw hands with. I'm the one scanning the crowd. Do you know how many people I counted that would have jumped on us? 6. Counting the dude you were fighting, 7. And those are just the dudes I could count that quickly. I don't know how many more. And let's be honest, if you're in a bar fight, there's people around who, under normal circumstances, wouldn't be violent. But when there's a melee, they have an opportunity, the permission to whoop on somebody because they're just protecting themselves. It's like mob mentality. People start mobbing and fighting. All of a sudden, people that aren't violent, that normally wouldn't hit anybody, all of a sudden start getting to stomping and punching and kicking. You don't want to be in the middle of that. There's too many sharp objects in a bar, too many chairs. This bar serves food. There's knives and forks all over the place, and a bunch of people who have alcohol in their blood and don't know you. You would have maybe won that fight, but we wouldn't have won when a bunch of dudes jumped on us when we wind up in a box somewhere or in a hospital out of town. You don't want that, do you? Man, I didn't even think about that. Exactly. Sometimes you lose. He thought walking out was losing. But we're alive right now. So did he really lose? Just something to think about. So you think about that, okay? Thanks for watching and listening. Unk S out.